Today, part 8 of How Much Is My Slab Collection Worth? Stick around.
DJ Links is in the building.
What's going on, everybody? It's your boy DJ Links, back in the building, back in effect, and back with another video. And today, part 8 of How Much Is My Slab Collection Worth? The series where I take you on an emotional journey to find out just how much is my slab collection worth. If you haven't checked it out, make sure you go back and check out parts 1 through 7. A lot of dope stuff in those videos, and I wouldn't want you to miss it. But first, if it's your first time here, I want to say thank you for stopping by the channel. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe if you indeed like the content, and I hope you find it very entertaining and interesting. And like the series goes, we have 10 slabs. I'm going to tell you the story behind how I acquired each book. We'll see the value of that slab according to cover price, and then at the end of it, I'll tell you just how much these slabs are worth in a total value graphic. You know how I do. So let's get right into it. The first book is my recent acquire. I just got this a few days ago, and this is Guer #1 by Image Mad Ghost. It came out in 2021, which I can't believe it's been that long. Wow. I recently just read it and fell in love with it. I fell in love with the entire Ghost Machine stuff. So you got Ghost Machine #1 that's out, Junkyard Joe that's out, the Guer 80-page special, Guer Ground Zero, a bunch of fantastic things coming from Jeff Johns and the entire Ghost Machine creative team that I am super excited about. This right here, I think, is going to be a monumental book. I said it before in a video. This, to me, this Guer is how Spawn was in the early 90s when that whole team, Todd McFarlane, Jim Lee, whatever, all went to found Image. This is how I see this book. I think the entire Ghost Machine property is going to take off like hotcakes, and Guer #1 is at the epicenter of that fantastic story. That's what it's all about, right? It's the stories. Forget about the hype, the spec, and all that other nonsense. The story is absolutely phenomenal, and the art is fantastic to match. So I highly recommend checking out this Guer series. This is not a high price book whatsoever. The value on this, $57.68. The next book out of this pile, this was one of my goal books for 2024. I picked this up last month, and it's Journey into Mystery 62, Atlas Comics, November 1960, which is absolutely amazing. It's in a CGC 4.5 off-white, the white pages. And the significance of this book, it is the first prototype of my favorite character, the Hulk, and also Zenmu the Titan, who looks completely different now, by the way. But this is just a classic cover, classic book, the oldest book in my collection, my only Atlas Comics book as of right this second, and I'm super excited to have this. This was the second book that I scratched off my 2024 wish list, and this is valued at $510. Now, the next book is also from my 2024 wish list, my 2024 goal books, and it is Journey into Mystery #112 from 1965. And this is basically just a cool ass cover, classic Thor versus Hulk cover. No real key significance, no first appearance or things like that. It is just a badass classic cover. Jack Kirby and Chick Stone cover, of course. This is in a CGC 7.0 off-white, the white pages, and this was the first book that I scratched off my 2024 wish list, and I am super proud to have this in the collection. And this one is valued at $466.67. Now, the next book, another Hulk related title. This one is Maestro #1 from October of 2020. This is the Comic Kingdom of Canada exclusive by the God Lucio Perillo, who is absolutely fantastic. Maestro #1, CGC 9.8 white pages. I got this book, I believe, out of a Jimmy the Don, out of a Small Town Collectibles mystery box. Loved the cover so much, sent it out to get slabbed. Fortunately enough, it came back in a 9.8, and it's just absolutely fantastic. I love Lucio Perillo. You're gonna see another book coming up in a second that's from another fantastic Italian artist, but I think Lucio Perillo is absolutely amazing. This is one of my favorite covers from him, and I absolutely love it. The Maestro solo series is pretty cool. There's 15 issues, 3 different 5-issue story arcs. This is the first one, and this is the better of the 3 story arcs, where it tells the story of how Hulk woke up and then eventually turned into the Maestro, had an epic battle with Hercules to take over that Maestro title, which Maestro is a title, not a name, and I just adore this book. And this one is worth $69.95. The next book we have here, one of my favorite covers of all time. Yes, you heard that right, even though it is a modern book. This is Marvel number 6 from May of 2021. Absolutely amazing CGC 9.8 white pages. This thing right here is insane. Gorgeous Lee Bermejo cover. Originally, I thought this was an Alex Ross cover when I saw it in the previews, and I didn't know anything about FOC. So of course, when it came out, I was just like, hey, you got the Marvel 6 Lee Bermejo cover? It was like, bro, that's been sold out for like months. And I was like, damn it. So then I went to eBay and I picked up one, sent that into CBCS to get Slab. It came back a 9.2. Then Nick's Kicks and Commies hit me up and he was just like, yo, I know you love this cover on eBay. There's one ending right now for XYZ. And immediately I bought it, and legit, I know it's a modern book, but this is one of my favorite covers of all time. Yes, you heard me say that correctly. Not everything has to be Jack Kirby and Mary Severin and all these other fantastic artists that really push the comic book art medium forward. These new crop of artists, specifically the Italian artists, Bermejo, Perillo, Bianchi, all do fantastic painted style work, and it needs to be checked out and people need to talk about it more. This specific slab is valued at $105.80. And speaking of Jack Kirby, we have some Jack Kirby goodness right here. This book screams to me comic book. Like if there was a dictionary and the word comic book was there or whatever, I would put this right next to comic book. This just screams comic book, man. And this is Marvel Double Feature number 1 from December of 1973, CGC 7.0, off-white to white pages. This is not an expensive book whatsoever. I got this out of a mystery box. I believe it was a Boxed Heroes mystery box earlier on in my YouTube career. Got this and I was just like, holy shit, this is dope. It was in pretty good condition, so I sent it out to get Slab. I don't remember if I got it clean or pressed. I don't even know if I knew what clean or pressing was at the time, if I'm gonna keep it real. And it came back a 7.0 and I was still happy. And then when I saw the value of it, I was just like, what? That's it? For some reason, I thought it was a major book, which it wasn't. Fantastic Jack Kirby and John Romita cover. This, like I said, is not valued worth a lot. This is worth $50.58. Now we go from Marvel Double Feature to Marvel Feature number 1, and this is the first appearance of the Defenders, Hulk, Doctor Strange, and Namor, or Namor, if you enjoy that Black Panther Wakanda Forever. This is from December of 1971, CGC 8.5, white pages, and I absolutely love this cover. One of my favorite covers of all time, and it's done by Neil Adams, which is absolutely fantastic. This is dope. Like I said, one of my favorite covers, one of the main books that I wanted to get in my collection. I think this was a goal book for 2022, if I'm not mistaken. I'm glad to have it in the PC. This book is worth $384.60. Next up, and this is one of those books that I picked up pre-YouTube stuff and all that, when I was just like, you know what, they'll probably make a movie out of this guy. Let me get one of these books now. And this is Marvel Premiere number 15. This is the first book that I really took a chance on in spec, and it's in a CGC 5.0 white pages. Obviously, this is the first appearance of Iron Fist, first appearance of Harold Meacham, and death of Wendell and Heather Rand. That's Iron Fist's parents. Yo, I got this for dirt cheap at the time in a 5.0, slabbed up already. I think I might have paid 35 bucks, 45 bucks. Got it off of eBay, of course. Yeah, this is one of those books that I was trying to take a gamble on, and even if I would have flipped it or whatever back in that time, I would have made a profit easily, but I kept it in the PC because I was just like, hey, Iron Fist might come back one day. And again, this is before the TV show was even launched. I'm surprised at the value. It did increase in value somewhat from when I previously bought it, and this book is worth $124.17. Next up, we have an iconic classic book, classic cover, and this is Marvel Superhero Secret Wars number 8 from December of 1984, CGC 9.8 white pages. And of course, this is the origin of the alien symbiote that eventually becomes Venom. Classic cover. You show anybody this cover that's into comic books and they're gonna tell you, yo, that's Secret Wars 8, and they'd be absolutely right. This thing is amazing. 9.8, of course. I bought this. I was having a bad day one day and I went to the LCS to kind of dig through the bins, and I saw it on the shelf and I was just like, you know what, F that, let me get that. And I got it, and here it is. I'm showing it to you on YouTube. This particular book is worth $480. And the final book out of round 8 of how much is my slab collection worth, this is Miles Morales Spider-Man number 1 from February 2019, the first volume of Miles Morales, and this is the first Miles Morales solo issue, the first issue of his solo series, I should say, rather. And this is CGC 9.8 white pages. I recently got this out of a Knicks, Kicks, and Comics mystery box, an $800 mystery box. There was a bunch of slabs, a bunch of raws, first appearance of Miles Morales in an Ultimate Fallout 4, and just a lot of Miles Morales stuff. Fortunately for me, I'm a Miles Morales fan, and I didn't have any of those books in that mystery box except for the Ultimate Fallout 4. I'm just a big Miles Morales fan. This book right here, $137. So that's round 8 of how much is my slab collection worth. Let me know what you think about these slabs. Before we get out of here, we have to see the total value of this round. So what's the total value of these 10 books? And that's gonna do it for me, ladies and gentlemen. As always, subscribe, like, hit that notification bell, share this video, tell your friends about me, consider joining the Link Squad, and as always, most importantly, spread love, because it's the Brooklyn way. Peace.